Welcome to NDTV. I'm Rohit Khilnani. Joining me is Janelia Deshmukh. How are you, Janelia? Good to see you.
Thank you so much. I'm good. Good.
Good. That's good to hear because I saw your post and you tested positive. You went through the whole isolation thing and then you tested negative. I'll take you back for the viewers to understand what this is. Where did you test positive? Do you have an idea where did you get it from?
No, so absolutely not. If I hadn't tested, I wouldn't even have known that I was positive, So the thing is, someone in the house tested positive, and as routine, we all who were in contact with him tested, to see. So my Ritesh, my kids, everyone tested. My mother-in-law, my mother and father were there at that time. Everyone. So it was on the 5th of August, and we all tested like on the 6th. To see what was going on. So everyone was in close contact with me as well. And this person happened to be in the house and he tested positive. And we just, as a routine checkup, everyone in the house got tested, because we were in contact with someone.
Right.
Never did I think I would test positive because I didn't have a cold, I didn't have a runny nose, I didn't have anything, I didn't have fever, I didn't have any of these symptoms. So I was literally extremely confident because I was in the house. I didn't go out or, didn't do anything I didn't go out at all. We were just in the house. So I was pretty confident that I wouldn't be positive. Right. And to my wildest dreams, I just turned positive.
Right.
And that was it. The next thing I knew was I was positive.
The lesson is people think they're taking all the care and by not going out, by doing these things, still one can, the message is that still you can come into close proximity with someone and test positive just like that.
Yeah, that's something that I realized because one would think that I wouldn't test positive. I had done all the essentials that was, and I wasn't stepping out of my house. So one wouldn't assume that I would turn positive at all, But what I figured that it needn't be your fault. It needn't be someone else's fault. It is pretty. There's no denying that. You don't know where you got it. If you ask me today, I don't know. I don't know where the person got it in my house as well because he was also as locked down as me. I was locked down and he wasn't. So it's something that we don't really know. There's no point in going into all of this. It's like a flu.
You can get it from anywhere.
We get it all the time and you don't know. Very often there are viruses. Of course, this is a virus that is just mutating and, we've heard all the negatives of it as well. But there's very often that you get it and you wonder why, how. I just feel that needs to go because the point of the matter is that you could get it.
Anyone can get it.
Yes, it's extremely important to wear your mask. This is not something to fool around with. You wear your mask. That is important. You wash your hands every time you step out, every time you step in. That is extremely important. But in spite of all of that, you may still get it. It's not a guarantee that you want. And it's not like I'm trying to spread something that you shouldn't do these things. You should. But you should be ready in a way with your body. Do your blood tests, do your checkups to know which way you are heading. Because very often what is happening, like in the extreme cases, people are falling sick and then realizing, we have high BP, we have blood clotting, we have pneumonia, we had a pneumonia attack. All these things are happening post that. Right. But you've gone and taken the test on day one, which is something that I feel needs to happen.
Early testing, basically.
Early testing isn't. People are scared to take the test because of the fear of turning positive. But that could be the best thing for you, because you could turn positive, you could get rid of this virus and move on rather than expect it to go this way, that way, because nobody knows how it's going.
And many in India have moved on in a positive way and, they've got rid of this. So when you tested, what was your reaction? You went to a hospital and told you were ready to get admitted?
Yes. Then? So I thought that, I need to go to the hospital. Now, this is all the information that I've gathered from people who have turned positive as well, right? So I went straight to the hospital thinking that, now next 14 days, either I'm going to get positive or either the symptoms, what I was told is that the symptoms would come in a day or two, where. So I was mentally prepared, okay, this is the way. And I was feeling a bit feverish on that day, when I was going to the hospital. So I thought probably I picked up a fever or, something on that basis. But when I went there, I didn't have any fever at all. My oxygen was like 100. Okay. And I had all my parameters, my heartbeat, my blood test, everything was, totally normal. So the doctor told me, you just need to go and quarantine yourself because you've tested positive. Right. So I was like, I didn't know that you could, I've heard from my friends and all, but when it comes first hand to you, that's when you realize that you can quarantine at home. And when you mean quarantine at home, it is extremely strict because you cannot say, okay, I'll wash my clothes and come back. No, you're locked in that room, and it is the toughest part. I sometimes think it's even tougher than what you're really facing,
Basically, isolation is so you isolated in another house, is it? And then how did you manage those all those days? Because it's so important, one, to stay physically fit and also mentally, right?
Yeah. So when I got this and we went through, the first week, the doctor said, now, it looks like you're in the luckier lot of not getting, the very serious thing. But I want you to know that this is going to be really tough. My Dr. Bagre, who was extremely supportive in this thing. And he said that what I want you to know is that isolation is extremely tough because it is you doing nothing in that, that time.
Right.
I moved out from my house to another house, to my house, thinking that, I'm going to be much safer here. For the rest of the family, I'm going to be much safer. But I would ideally, feel that even if you're quarantined in your room, it would help, just be because even hearing footsteps or hearing someone talk in that far distance keeps you a lot more saner than you being all alone, That's something that I realized on the way. I went full gusto, and I don't think any COVID patient wants to pass it on to someone else. I don't really believe that there's nobody who would say, okay, I got it, come on, now I want to get it.
Everybody should get it, right.
They're going to take their utmost care and utmost, thing to make sure that it's not passed on. Right. But having said that, I felt that those 21 days, because after 14 days with no symptoms, I tested positive again,
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah. So it was just something like, if today you ask me, what was your COVID experience? I have nothing to you because I had no body aches, I had no fever, I had no runny nose, no cough, nothing. Right. But if you tell me, how was this 21 days? It was really tough. Like I found it tough. Like I found the fact being away from the family, being just alone, isolated, really tough.
Right, because you are surrounded by family and kids and everyone. Was it tough for the kids as well to not see you for 21 days?
I'm sure it was, but I think Ritesh took it up and did a great job. And, we're also in this phase of distance learning and stuff like that.
Yes.
It was something that I did more than, Ritesh. But 3 weeks he was doing it, and I think he did a fantastic job. Like, even with me, I think he was so worried when we initially, came to know that I was positive, because we didn't know which way it was going to head. Right. He was so worried, but he was there, he was with the children. We took all the precautions possible, but I feel that a family that has got it, it just breaks you as a family, it's really tough.
It is tough. So anyone who's watching this, Janlia, and if they want to isolate, what would you tell them? What should they keep in mind just to be entertained, just to keep your mind occupied and be sane throughout?
So someone told me, hey, look, now you can watch like a zillion Netflix and, just watch TV and watch stuff. But I'm not that person. I can probably do it post 7, like watch it for like 3-4 hours. So for me, that even got tougher. Like, what do I do with my... So what I did was I cooked, I cleaned, I washed, I did everything by myself so that the time would pass by. But I would say that be quarantined in an atmosphere that you know. Like, you know, if it's your room, it will still be easier versus, you know, stepping out and trying to, because you don't know. Maybe it could be 14 days, maybe it could be 21 days, maybe it could be 28 days. I know 40 days. So don't know what your period, and it's important to take that seriously. It's not that it's not important to take. It's extremely important. Like when you follow that to the core. But the point of the matter is you somewhere will lose your sanity, you know, because I mean, this was my first experience with loneliness and, you know, whatever, because it was so tough.
Right. I can imagine. Genelia, all the doctors, the medical staff, the authorities are trying their best. It's something new. It's something that nobody was prepared for. But now we have reached a point where people want to go out. You know, we are opening up in different phases. When you see these things around that, you know, today when we have more than 80,000 cases in a day in India, more than 1,000 deaths in India in 24 hours, these are world's highest numbers. When you watch people stepping out, do you think we are doing enough as individuals to just avoid this?
I hope we are, because I don't think it can just be made like a classroom where you have to do this, you know, that like I sympathize with doctors and with you know, people who have to take these decisions, because I feel if it's just up to us to limit the spread, like, you know, limit the spread of the virus, to limit this, because it is there. I feel someday or the other, everyone is going to get it in some form. A lot of us would have already had it and we don't know that we've had it. But that doesn't mean that you take it easy. Like if you have gone, and I know that life is opening up and, you know, that things are opening up, and we will see that day happening, because, you know, it has been 5 months that everything is closed down. But if as every individual and a citizen, if you wear your mask, if you make sure that you're not touching too many things, if you make sure, like I feel in India, this whole spitting, this whole thing, these are things that are not even advised to do correctly, right? You know, like these are people coughing loudly, or these are things that you need to take care. You need to limit your coughing. You need to wear your mask. You need to wash your hands. We see all of that happening for it not to spread, I feel.
Right. Genelia, some of us are really lucky to have family around and relatives around. You know, there are people in, say, you know, city where you and I are in Mumbai. There are people who live by themselves. You know, there's a bit of a taboo still, you know, oh, this person got it in so-and-so building on this floor, let's not go. Do you think it's time to, if someone is tested positive, to, as neighbors, help them with food and, you know, make sure that they get, because there are people who still stay alone. There are parents who stay alone and their kids are abroad.
Absolutely, Rohit. I feel as a society, oh, she got it, don't go next to her, oh, don't do this. That is the worst we can do, because it's already someone who's distraught hearing the news. Like, which way it's going to go? You can be really lucky and have no symptoms. Like, I didn't know why I was in quarantine, you know, I really didn't know that. But you can be sick, you can be, or you can just be suffering in terms of how do you pass your time for those days. And these are genuine problems. You don't go and say, hey, can I send you food today? Can I do this for you today? Like I had a friend send me, every hour during the day, you know, because just the fact that you're alone, we understand and we'll call you, you know, and that made so much of difference to me, because I would talk for that half an hour, not realizing that I've spoken, and that half an hour of the day went by. So I literally feel that this was the help that I got. And like if today I know that someone in my building has, I'm not going to say, you know, throw them out of the building, they are all going to get it. No, they are going to
spread like that.
They have no place to go, you know. You have to realize that someone who's asymptomatic cannot stay in the hospital, because they will probably pick up other things, you know. So as a society, understand this misinformation that's going around. I've heard of building people saying, oh my God, now we have a COVID patient, they're all going to get it, let's throw them out. This doesn't happen.
It doesn't spread like that.
You know, if the person is not in contact with you, and it's totally under home quarantine, it will not happen to you. So just don't be so negative about this whole thing. Like, you know, go out there. Like the building, and I was very fortunate. They called Ritesh and they said, "Do you think we should send something? Is there something that, you know, she needs?" And for me, I thought that, you know, this would never be the scenario. I thought people would say that, "Why are you here? What is this?" But they were really nice. They were really.
And also today it's you who got it. Tomorrow it could be the same neighbors who could get it.
Imagine, it could be, and it probably would have had nothing to do with me. You know, it would have been some small thing, somewhere or somewhere. It is just as a society, we need to be forgiving. We need to be there. We need to spread the importance of getting tested. Go and get tested. Don't make people fear. Make people feel that we'll be with you. Like I was saying, if God forbid, there's someone in your house that gets it, you're not going to boycott them, right?
A family,
them as family. So think of it as a bigger family. Think of it if a neighbor's got it. You don't need to go and sit in their room. No one's telling you to do that. Right. But yeah, help that family. Maybe they can't do groceries that day. Maybe their meal wasn't ready to be. Maybe it was the mother who's got, you know, the virus. But family is stuck. Help out. Do your bit as a society.
Right. No, that's very important what you said. And, you know, glad that you are now safe and fit. And what you've come out and said is really important, that, you know, as a society, we have to help each other. We are one big family when it comes. There's just all of us against this virus.
Yes. That's the only way out.
Thank you so much, Aηgєℓ, for taking time out. And thank you so much. Good to see you safe and smiling as always.
Thank you, Rohit. Thank you so much.